Hey guys, it's Steph from Hot and Moving. So last week I talked about Jake Paul wanting to fight Anthony Joshua, right? And as clownish as I think that is, we know that this is right up his wheelhouse and making things a spectacle. Always wanting to fight, former acts. I even said, like, look, man, for Anthony Joshua, I mean, is this what you want to do? If you end up fighting Jake Paul, I mean, you're officially done, right? I mean, how can you fight Jake Paul and then go back to fighting guys in heavyweight? Right. But news broke today of just I guess the asking price of $40 million that Jake Paul wants. To fight Anthony Joshua. Absolutely crazy. I mean, damn. I mean, if you want, I mean, you would make around that money in ad revenue and if pay-per-view, or if not on Netflix. But I mean, I don't know if this is a collective purse or if this is what he wants. Absolutely crazy. Okay. Let's see. Let's get into what exactly Mr. Eddie Hearn had to say. In a conversation with Boxing Social, the British promoter was straightforward when discussing the potential matchup between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul this winter. Jake Paul wants $40 million to fight Anthony Joshua. It's not happening, Hearn stated bluntly. He elaborated that while the idea was floated, the American social media star's asking price made the fight unrealistic considering how dangerous such a bout would be for him. But that wasn't the only eyebrow raising conversation. Hearn continued, I don't believe Jake Paul is serious. I don't trust that he would take the fight. I think Francis Ngannou will destroy him, let alone AJ. The clash between the former UFC heavyweight powerhouse and British Olympian highlights the dangerous terrain Jake would face if he decides to enter the ring with Joshua. Right. This ain't Mike Tyson. Like, this ain't Mike Tyson showing his ass cheeks type of situation. Okay. Even though however you may view Anthony Joshua, I mean, Anthony Joshua is still in tip-top shape. And can still fight guys in heavyweight, even though at this point I don't know where you would view him in terms of what chances he may have. Okay, but I mean, if Jake Paul wants this kind of money, it's a dangerous fight. Number one, this fight wouldn't even last that long. I've said that, and yet alone you want $40 million for this circus act, and how many rounds? You know what I'm saying? Like this wouldn't be a real fight. Right, this would be a elongated sparring session. Okay, tap here. Anthony Joshua wouldn't maul him, but I think Eddie Hearn, I think he knows that, and it would be disingenuous for the fans. Okay, if you want to, have a real fight for unsanctioned fight, for about 5 rounds, sure, and then this fight, you can load up with some really good undercards, knowing that if this was to happen, this fight wouldn't go anywhere, especially if it was to be taken seriously. Okay, and if it's not taken seriously, fans will know that. Okay, Anthony Joshua will win. He's not going to knock Jake Paul's head off, knowing that, he still needs his faculties and whatnot, so he can still run the business of MVP promotions and everything, right? So for Jake Paul, I mean, if you're asking for $40 million, that means that you really plan on actually taking this. I mean, this probably be the most serious fight of your career at this point for that type of money. And Eddie Hearn ain't trying to go through all that. Now, that being said, this just feels like negotiations, though. Okay, if I'm going to be objective here, it just sounds like this is just all, negotiation, leverage talk. Okay, Eddie Hearn got to put his foot down and whatnot, and kind of got to make himself known in the situation. I believe is that I forgot where he's a promoter. Is Anthony Joshua part of his team or something like that? I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know all the guys like that. I've heard of Eddie Hearn, but either way, nonetheless, if Anthony Joshua is this guy, I mean, $40 million is crazy. Why would he allow that? And if so, I mean, $40 million, you have to bring that price down. So this just sounds like all negotiation talk for this circus act to happen. Okay. I think many people would, even though I look, man, I wouldn't pay for this fight if it happens to be streaming on Netflix for free. Sure. I'm always down to watch a circus act for a streaming service that I'm already paying for. Okay, that this was going to be a pay-per-view fight. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Unless there's like a really nice undercard on here. But just based off, but instead of reading between the lines and just for face value for what's being said, I mean, what is he thinking? $40 million for this? That's outrageous. It's outrageous. And for the fight to last how long? Right. And you have, and I mean, have you seen how he struggled against pro guys? I mean, last fight against Julio Chavez Jr. struggled. So what makes you think that he's not going to struggle against this? You know? But I mean, this is what Jake Paul does. This is right up his wheelhouse yet again. He's remaining relevant. And I think that, I think Jake Paul doesn't need to do stuff like this at this point. I think he has printed enough money, especially in women's boxing, the fights he's been able to promote. Okay. And then the fights for himself. Chavez Jr., okay, it was decent. Okay, that's good. You do fights like that, and then you want to now quickly jump to being in the ring with Alexander Usyk and doing the face-off at the end of this fight. Then immediately after that, we get Anthony Joshua versus you, and now you like again. But this is his recipe, though. This is his algorithm. This is what he does to generate clicks. Got me talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Throwing out $40 million. I mean, that he knows that's going to generate buzz. People going to be scratching their head. I mean, Jake Paul is not an idiot. He's not. Which is why I'm going back to the theory of just like, this is all negotiations. Okay? If it's throwing it out there, then it's going to happen. But guys, do you think he's being outrageous? You think this negotiation tactic? I think so deep down. I think this fight is going to happen at some point. And I feel like we're just on negotiation phase right now. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think it is though. But $40 million, that's a lot of money, man. I mean, at $40 million, how is that money gonna be generated then? You know what I'm saying? If it's not gonna pay-per-view, right? It is pay-per-view, and people have to pay for this fight. Is that enough to get, $40 million for your end? What is the money for Anthony Joshua then? Right? How much is he going to get? Eddie Hearn thinking like, you want $40 million. What is my guy supposed to get? Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.